Hey everyone, it is January 27th. I am about 3 weeks pre-op. This Thursday I go into the hospital, get the CT done on the knee. They'll take the pictures of it, figure out from there what hardware they're going to be putting into the knee and what the surgical plan is. I have gotten the MRI on the left knee. We know that we're going to have this one fully replaced. I've talked to my surgeon. That one will be somewhere between 6 and 12 weeks after the first one, depending on how the first recovery goes. What I've been doing over the last couple of weeks is really two things. One of them is I've been starting to do my pre-surgery exercise and stretching routine. I'll do a separate video on that shortly. What I wanted to do today, though, was to really walk through all the various gear that I have pulled together over the years. I am a bit of a gear guy. I've joked with various PTs in the past whenever they ask me, do you have this piece of exercise equipment? And my answer is always yes, because I've just bought a ton of stuff. What I'm going to do in this video is really walk you through the various things that I've bought, the things that I've liked, the things that I find are must-haves and nice-to-haves, and maybe some other things you might consider, both from the medical equipment as well as from exercise gear. I hope that this is helpful to everyone, so let's jump in. In terms of the probably most important thing you're going to want is a good cryotherapy unit. I've had a couple of these over the years, and the one that I have really liked over the last probably 3 years now is the Bragg Polar Care Wave. It's got 2 cold settings, it's got compression, it's got both knee, ankle, as well as shoulder specific wraps. It does really well, and you can use it without having anything on your leg and not worry about getting burned. It's a super good unit. Over here on the bed, things that I have, this big thing here, that is a leg cast cover up at the top. It's got a nice waterproof seal, lets you get back in the shower very quickly. You can even put it over a full leg brace. Here on the bed, I've got a Hemingway 1/2-inch yoga pad. Love that yoga pad. A whole bunch of different stuff here. First one, this is just a cheap Chinese $8, something like that, strap to be able to do hamstring stretching without bending over too far. Leg straightening. I've got several different things for massage. I've got the stick. This thing is great for calves as well as for your thighs, your quads. This guy here, this is the TheraBand travel version that, give me a second, the ends will pop out, and if you need to put it into a carry-on, easily just put it back together. Fits really well if you're going to be getting back on the road. This guy here is a massager that I use for my quads and my IT bands. A couple of different massagers, rollers. Got the standard one here, and then this is the Hyper Ice electric. That thing really puts down a lot of power. You got to use it sparingly. I've also got the Bob and Brad gun, the massage gun. I really like this. It's got a number of different settings for it. It's got a heat-cold unit. It's got round ones. It's got soft ones. It's got hard ones. The little machine here, I forget what you call it, to check check your angle, how much range of motion you've got. I've got a set of my bands for when you get back to doing monster walks, things like that. And then I've got the Black Mountain products for my upper body and my core. These guys here, the bands. And then one of the things that came with this unit was that piece that you stick into a door jamb so that you can do things like your TKE, your terminal knee extension, with your PT bands. The one other thing I've got here on the bed, I've become a huge fan of the Repairl leg sleeves. I've got all sorts of them. I've got the full length one that I use for post-surgical swelling. I've also got a couple different ones here, the smaller ones that I buy in a size down for underneath a knee brace. And then eventually without a knee brace, they've got a nice little, extra bit of kind of wiring in here that gives you just a little bit of extra support. Down on the ground over here, standard yoga block. I've got the ProSource Fit squishy pad that you've probably seen in your PT to do things like balancing, a variety of 1.5 to about 4 pound ankle weights. I'll come back to the bike in a minute. On my crutches, I've got a nice little crutch pouch here that you can put stuff into, whether it's a soda or your phone or anything when you're on crutches. I've got my collapsible rehand cane. I've gone through many of these over the years, and I found that this one has held up the best. And then I've got a Drive Medical walker that I've just picked up. And this one's collapsible, and it's also got this thing here that you can be able to attach it right onto there. Oops, this way. and you'll be able to use that to put in like food or whatever as you're walking around the house in your walker. Last piece here, my bike setup. This is pretty much the way I'll have it set up in the room after my surgery. This is my old commute bike. It's a great bike. A couple things that I've done to it. One of them, I do not ride it like this outside. I just got an adjustable stem to raise that way up so I could have it, in a comfortable position. I put on my WTB Comfort saddle so that when you're sitting on that thing for a long time, it feels a little more comfortable on your butt. And then finally, I've got it all hooked up to my kicker snap. This has been a great trainer, just a basic wheel on so I can switch between bikes and hook it up to Zwift and do all of my power and be tracking everything and seeing how I'm progressing. All right, that is it for upstairs. Actually, last thing, totally unrelated to my surgery. You probably saw these in the background, my guitar collection. I've got my Fender Tele, I've got my Taylor 314 CE, and I have my Martin OME. I'm hoping to continue to be able to play these while I'm taking my time off. All right, let me go downstairs and show you a couple of the things that are in the garage. All right, apologies for the messy garage. We just had a bit of a problem with our plumbing, and the place is a disaster as we've had to get things out of our downstairs. But here's the main things I wanted to show you. Downstairs here for the surgery, got a couple things. I have picked up 2 different shower stools. I've used that one back in our old house, this one in the new house, because the tub is a little smaller. They have adjustable legs. Find it really easy to get those in and out. It makes it really nice when you actually have to sit down and take a shower. A couple years ago, I picked up this Drive Medical collapsible travel wheelchair. I don't think I'll need it after the knee replacement, but in case I do, it's also got these nice little leg attachments over there. You can take it anywhere. I have picked up this for the sitting on the toilet. Not exactly the best thing everyone would be talking about, but being able to get up and down using your arms instead of having to put pressure on your knees, very, very useful. In addition to that, just a few other things that I have in here that I'll eventually be able to get back to. Here I've got a TRX unit set up. I've got my pull-up bar. I've got all my dumbbells, got my weight bench, and then a bunch of other exercise equipment that's sitting underneath all this garbage that eventually will get cleaned back up again. But I think we've got time because I do not expect that I will be down here in the garage coming upstairs and downstairs for quite some time. All right, back upstairs. I got one more thing to show you, and then that'll basically be it for this video. All right, and the last thing that I'd forgotten to talk about was this adjustable table. This thing has been a godsend when you have to be sitting in bed for an extended amount of time. It's got the, it's one of these ones that you would find in a hospital. So you can move it up, you can move it down, you can be sitting in the bed, you can raise it so it's above your legs. Just makes things a lot more comfortable. I would highly, highly recommend you pick one of these up. All right, that's about it for this video. As I said, links to all the products that I've listed here will be on the video itself. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks. Talk to you soon.